Okay, here's a walkthrough of our tune, The Other Rogues March. So we're in D major, and the A section starts on a high F sharp, and it mostly moves by step. So I'll play you the first phrase, then I'll break it down. We have. So we're starting with repeated F sharps, a scale down, and then a drop from that D that you've just reached to a B, and A's and B's at the end. That's your first phrase. It comes back again later. Fiddle players, you might notice that I'm slurring or doing kind of a broken slur like this for anything that's kind of crotchet quaver. So, and then separate bows for quavers. And I'm going to do that most of the way through because it is a good starting point. So, phrase one. From there, you're going to hop back to a D, and your second phrase, the whole thing sounds like this. So you're going from the repeated Ds, up a scale to F sharp, and then F sharp to E. So that's your second phrase. If we put those together, the third phrase is the same as the first. So all together, that's going to sound like this. So the last section we have is the tail, and it's a modified version of the second phrase. From there, you're going to go back down the scale to a C sharp and finish on a D. So instead of, we've got. So that's the four phrases of the A section. We've got phrase one, phrase two, phrase one, modified phrase two. All together, it's going to sound like this. And that's the whole of the A section. Now with a lot of tunes you get some of the figures repeated in the B section. Normally it's the tail, the last section. This tune doesn't have that at all. The B section is completely different and just references itself. So take a moment to get your head around the A, and then we'll come back and do the B section. Okay, so coming into the B section, it's all centred around the D arpeggio. So that is starting on a low D, an F sharp, an A, and a top D. There's a couple of other notes that creep in. There are a few B's and a few E's. That's pretty much it for this section. So you're going to start with the first phrase, which sounds like this. So it's an upbeat A to start, and you're just alternating between the D, third finger, and the A. Do that once more. From there, up to a B. So that's B, A, and then a scale down from the F sharp. So those two together will sound like this. And that's your first phrase. The second phrase kind of references what you've just played. So we've had. So the second phrase starts on that top D to A, F sharp, E, D, and then finishing on an E. So it kind of references that little pattern. So phrase two. Sounds like that. If we put those two together, which I find easier because they're kind of connected, they kind of reflect one another. And I just really like that the first time you get a B and the second time you get a D in the middle there. I find that really satisfying. So that's half of the B music. I'm going to play it for you one more time. From there we've got the F sharp ED pattern again. So I'm starting on an upbeat E and then the scale down twice, and then you've got the BA scale pattern that you had in the first phrase. So fourth phrase, so again dividing this bit up into the 4 phrases I think is not quite as useful as in the A section. I'm going to play you the second half of the B, just so that you can hear how the patterns repeat. So again you've got this B, right? And then the D, just like you had in the first half. All of the B section put together will sound like this. So there's lots of repeated F sharp EDs and there's lots of all together. So I'm going to play the whole tune round a couple of times, just so that you can listen out for those patterns and then you can join in.